What's going on, everyone? Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Ducks Dish podcast. I'm your host, Max Torres with ScoopDuck on 3, joined by ScoopDuck owner and publisher Justin Hopkins on a Friday, August 9th, 2024. Very special episode of the podcast as we are joined by none other than 2025 San Diego Lincoln quarterback Akili Smith Jr., Oregon quarterback commit in the 2025 class. Akili, how you doing? Thanks for being here.
Doing good. Excited to be on.
Absolutely. Well, we're so excited to have you. We are coming to you guys on your podcasting platform of choice, as well as here on the ScoopDuck on 3 YouTube channel. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe hit those notification bells so you don't miss out on our future videos. So Akili, you also go by KJ. That's how I know you from my time covering you down there in San Diego. A lot of cool areas we can go with this interview, but maybe just a good starting one for you. I'm sure you've been asked it a million times, but maybe I'll do a little two-parter. Why did you commit to Oregon, and what does that mean to you?
I feel like I committed to Oregon because of the coaches, the area, the people, the fans. I've been around Oregon football all my life. My dad played for Oregon football in his day, so definitely I've been around the Oregon football school and everything, and just it was amazing to be up there many times, see the coaches, new staffs and everything, and I just feel like it was the right choice to make.
I'm a big fan of kind of taking things chronologically, so you'll probably get that from me a little bit. So on that point, growing up, you're Akili Smith's son. When did you start playing football? When did you kind of realize that you had a passion for football, and just what was that kind of like growing up with that expectation of, hey, my dad played in the NFL, I'm going to be a football player too?
Yeah, I started playing. Sorry, my internet's lagging a little bit. I started playing football when I was 3 years old, and from there on, it just really, stuck with me. I was watching football games with my dad, Super Bowls, football games, college games, everything. So I was always there by his side, on his hip, just learning everything I can. And he's been teaching me all my life. So really, it's just been life without football doesn't feel right. So I just been playing it all my life. So it just stuck with me.
Was there a point maybe that you realized that this might be a thing for you? Like, hey, I might be good enough to get some offers and potentially, follow those footsteps a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like 8th grade really was when I really noticed I was not, up above par. I would say that's when I noticed my skills and my work has been great, and just pushed me to the point where I can compete with the best guys in the country. So that's where I really noticed I can go to the next level with this.
Yeah, so learning that you have a pretty special skill set has got to be a unique moment and something really cool to experience, KJ. Another thing that I was thinking about along those lines, just with your development and kind of growing up, for anybody that hasn't seen you in person, you are a very, very tall guy, 6'5", 6'6", and you're still developing and going through your journey. Just tell us what it's like, I guess, being that tall, and then just kind of growing into your body, because I feel like that's kind of been a little bit of a recent development for you as you head into your senior year.
Yeah, the knee pains were crazy as I was growing up. It was very crazy, and it really took a toll on my body. I really wasn't trying to run as much. I feel like maybe in 6th or 7th grade, that's when it really hit me. My knees were just giving out on me. But as I grew up and as I got to the high school level, I really was able to extend more plays, run with the ball, make a lot more plays that I was used to making in 8U and 9U and 10U, 11U, all through youth football. So I'm really trying to get it back and everything, and just make sure that I'm ready for the next level, because this new phase of football, everyone has to run, everyone has to be fast, everyone has to be able to escape. So definitely trying to make sure that I'm ready and can do anything that maybe a 5'10", 5'11" guy can do as well. So that's my plan. That's my goal in life for football.
Did you have a crazy growth spurt, or did you just kind of consistently grow?
Yeah, I had a crazy growth spurt during quarantine, I believe. I went from like 5'10", 5'11" to like 6'4", just through that little time span. So that's where the knee pain started, and it's just been crazy from there. But I really feel like I'm doing really a lot better now. So.
So we know, obviously you play high school ball. I know you play some 7-on-7 ball, but what does, like football or training look like for you outside of that? Are there things that you're working on? Are you working with your dad? What are some of those things that you do away from that?
Yeah, we go to Extra Genie. We have this little thing that it's like a resistance band. I run that like 2 times a week, 3 times a week. And then the rest of the time we work mechanics. During the summer, I was with my dad like 24/7, just working on getting my throwing motion correct, making sure that I'm throwing spirals, making sure that I'm doing everything correct so that I can be successful at the next level. And just really working on gaining speed and like making sure that I'm super fast and quick and can move. So that's what we've been working on pretty much.
Yeah, the training part seems like it's geared to a degree, right, with your agility and like you said, trying to run a little bit more. I think that's probably personally my favorite part to kind of see where your game goes is running and scrambling. But because I didn't see you do it a whole lot in the games that I covered last year. But how do you kind of view that? Like, are you a guy who just loves sitting back in the pocket, or is that kind of an opportunity that you've been looking forward to?
Yeah, definitely sitting in the pocket is really fun, making sure that you're getting your guys the football. But extending plays is super fun as well. I love getting out the pocket, escaping, scrambling, getting yards by myself, my legs. So that's definitely going to be the next step for me. My senior year, I'm going to be looking forward to taking off and getting my guys the ball out in space, making moves and everything. So, yeah, definitely going to be doing that this year.
Speaking of the season, I'm sure that like pretty much anybody else we talk to, you want to win a state title, all those things. But what are maybe some other goals besides that maybe you have for yourself or this team? Is there a certain benchmark on yards or touchdowns, or is there anything there that you kind of have outlined as a goal heading into this season?
I want to try to throw for 35 touchdowns and rush for 10. So that's been my goal for all my high school career. So, and then also I want to throw for more than 2,000 something yards this year. I want to throw for like 3,000 plus yards this year. So, that's my goals so far. And obviously going to state and winning the championship because we came up short last year. So, I want to go to state, win the championship, and just end my senior year off with a bang. So,
and tell us a little bit about your squad at Lincoln. I think you're probably the face of the team, but as someone who's been to see a couple of Lincoln games, it's a really fun time. I mean, you guys don't mess around, incredibly physical, nasty, don't take anything from anybody. Tell me about this Lincoln team, maybe aside from just yourself.
It's definitely very family oriented, just like Oregon. Everybody has each other's backs. Everybody makes sure that their brother is doing what they need to do. So, Lincoln is just a special place to be at, and the coaches and everything are amazing. So I'm just blessed to be in this position I am right now and play with these guys. I transferred in from Vista Marietta, and it's just very different. Two very different like areas and people. So it's just great to be down here and play with these guys for my last final year.
So maybe a small transition here before we get into the nuts and bolts, because I know folks are going to want to talk recruiting and hear who you're talking to and any of the group chats. But before that, what do you like to do outside of football, right? I mean, this is one of my favorite questions because we're sitting here, KJ, and everybody thinks, okay, you're, Akili's son and football and a big time quarterback. But, when you get away from it, when you're with, mom and dad or family or friends or whatever, what are you doing? What interests you? What's sort of your passions?
Yeah, I love to play video games. I love to talk to my friends, hang out with my girlfriend. I'm like a regular kid, just playing video games, hanging out with my friends, going to the beach, just take advantage of my youthfulness. So definitely that's what I do outside of football.
Where's your favorite spot? What's like, you got a beach spot, you got a breakfast spot, a lunch spot? What are a couple of your favorite places to hit?
Carlsbad Beach, and then BJ's as well. BJ's is super good. I love going to BJ's. Yeah.
Is that you mean like the chain BJ's, the pizza one? Yeah. Those Pizookies are pretty legit for sure.
No. The restaurant. The restaurant. I think it's like a brew house or whatever.
Yo, okay. But they have pizzas, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They got everything there.
Sir.
They got everything.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah. So nice to learn a little bit more about you outside of football. I know, KJ, we were talking about the new NCAA football game that came out. I got to see you play some Madden out there at the On3 Elite Series. So I know that you're definitely a good opponent when it comes to playing the games. Tell me about this new game, some of your thoughts on it, you know, as an athlete, as a football player. What do you think about it? Have you gotten to play with Oregon a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. It's been super fun to play with all these guys. Some of the guys, you know, like when I score a touchdown, like I yell "true freshman" if I scored a true freshman. There's just a bunch of little things in the game that I'm super excited about. The defense is pretty weird on that game. You gotta, I don't know, it's really hard to get stops, and then the spin moves, I think they just patched it, but that was really OP and everything. So it's really fun to play with the guys that you've like grown up watching. Not grown up watching, but like you've seen kind of like your peers, playing with your peers. So I'm just super excited to play that game.
So one thing for me, and we're just going to kind of jerry rig this because we couldn't figure it out, but I got this picture from your dad, and he wanted me to ask you about that picture.
Yeah.
Sure. What happened there?
When I was younger, I always saw my dad shaving his head because he was bald. And one day I just went to the garage, grabbed the clippers, and just started copying him. So definitely that was super funny. My parents came out, started laughing at me and everything. So yeah,
it's pretty ironic given that head of hair you have right now. So
yeah.
It grew back. You know, I don't know if Max had anything, but for me, I would maybe transition to recruiting a little bit here and just you know, kind of where are you at with this recruiting class, and you know what the staff and yourself and the other guys have been able to put together. You know, what kind of has you excited about the class that is currently committed to Oregon?
Yeah, I'm just super excited about all the guys we have. Everyone is super committed to the cause. Everyone's super excited to be there. Everyone is super excited to hopefully win the national championship when we get there. So I'm super excited to have all these guys. We have a great supporting cast: Corian Moore, Zaire Addison, Cooper Perry. All these guys are coming in. So yeah, I'm super excited about this class, and it should be great.
And you've obviously gotten to go to Oregon a bunch of times for visits, and you know the coaches well and the class well. This is always one of my favorite questions to ask recruits. I don't know if I've asked you, but what makes Oregon different in your eyes compared to all these other big time programs around the country, some of them that you've gotten to see yourself?
Yeah, Coach Lanning. He's just a very, very great person, very great coach, very great leader of people, great person to be around, great coach. He's going to change college football. So I'm super excited to play for him and just learn everything I can from him. So I feel like that's what makes Oregon different. Nobody has a Lanning in their organization. So
I'm going to ask this because I know you've got something to share, but you committed to Oregon, you know, obviously a while ago. I think it was pretty clear from the get-go that folks knew when you were getting that offer that Oregon might be really tough to beat. I know that's been out of the way for now, but then you get the official offers about a week ago. And those are, I get it. Even though you're committed, it's still like, man, this is real. This is there something you kind of want to share about that feeling, or, you know, perhaps share with the folks on what those official offers look like? And just kind of talk about what it was like to actually get that for real.
Yeah, it was a surreal feeling. It was super great to have these things come in. So we got this in the mail. What happened? No, sorry.
We're still here. I was just trying to give you the full screen. Sorry, we're still both here, KJ.
Yeah.
We just got this in the mail. Came in like a little package. I done unwrap. It says "Let's Go Ducks" on the back and everything. So open it up. Has a little packaging and everything. It's kind of hard to open, but hold on. Open it up. Has this little thing right here. right here. And little packaging came in. You also get like this little thing right here, and then it has this little letter right here where it says like official offer. They write stuff to you and everything. So it was great. My mom recorded me reading it out loud to everyone in my family. So it's just a surreal feeling to have stuff like this come in. And it's a blessing to be able to be in this position I am right now.
Very cool. Very cool to get a little behind the scenes look there at some of your experience there, KJ. We don't want to keep you too long, so maybe we'll just do one more question from each of us, Justin, and then get you on your way. I think the one that I wanted to ask was just to get some of your thoughts on Will Stein. I mean, we hear how he's a great coach, and we've seen some of the action with that Team Out West documentary that the Ducks are doing, the Hard Knock style. But for you, KJ, what do you think it is about Will Stein that has made him have so much success at Oregon, and what do you like about him?
I think just his on-hand take with everything. He's always near the players, always like he's like a coach that's always like he knows. I don't know how to explain it. He knows what to say at the right time and how to do things, and he knows football very well. He's definitely taken Oregon football to the next level, and I'm super excited to play for him. He's going to be great. And yeah, I don't know what else. What else to say? He's a super great coach.
Sounds like he's got a great feel, if that's what you not a pocket presence, but he's got a great feel of, hey, looks like KJ's having a tough day. I'm gonna pick him up, or whatever the case might be. I'm glad Max didn't take my question, because I probably would have been screwed if he did. I guess for my question, it's sort of a two-parter, and you can go as long as you want here. But as Oregon fans, of course, DeCorian Moore, Dallas Wilson, those are a couple headliners of the class. I'm sure you're more than happy that they're committed to Oregon. We know Texas and others aren't going to give up on DeCorian, and we know, all the Florida schools continue to recruit Dallas. Mm-hmm. But what is, and I'm not asking you to make a prediction, but what's your conversations with them been like? I mean, you feel obviously they're committed and they're saying all the right things, but what's kind of your feel talking with them, and maybe why you feel good about Oregon being able to hang on with those guys? And then I have one more question after that.
Yeah, they've been very warm from the get-go. Talking to them, they seem super excited about it. Obviously, we can't know exactly what's going on inside their heads, but they definitely feel super warm about it. They feel super excited about playing for Lanning and everything. So I feel like the fall place.
Second one would be, of the uncommitted guys that Oregon's kind of recruiting, are there a few guys that you've kind of built a relationship with a little bit that you wouldn't mind sharing?
Jonah, I'm trying to get him to come in, the safety from Texas. He's a big one. I'm trying to, but I don't know. He's playing this game where he doesn't want to say anything. So, yeah, that's the main one for me right now, is pretty much him. So
that's a good one to have. So,
yeah.
Well, I know Max will take us out. Before he does, I want to say thank you for joining with us, KJ, and your honesty. And we're looking forward to seeing you next fall at Oregon. Or
yes,
two falls, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll have to wait a little bit longer to see him in the green and yellow. But KJ, I'm sure I'll get out to a Lincoln game to see you at some point this season. There's so many great games throughout the high school season here in Southern California and throughout the country. So I'm super excited to get to that. But yeah, again, like Justin said, thanks so much for coming on, man, and letting us share part of your story with the Duck fans. I know they're excited to see you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.
All right. Have a good rest of the weekend, KJ, and thanks again, man.
You too. You have a good one.
A big thank you to Akili Smith Jr. for talking with us on the Ducks Dish podcast. Don't go anywhere. We have another topic. I'm actually going to break this into another episode, but that's Akili Smith Jr. And thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Ducks Dish podcast.